Alright, so I'm on my way to a hunting spot here that I've hunted for, I don't know, 20 plus years. But the last 2 years I haven't hunted because of all the filming and traveling I was doing. So, it's kind of weird going back up here, but it's fun. I'm excited about hunting this year. So I haven't had trail cameras out in a couple of years and nothing. So it'll be interesting just to see what's going on the property. Another thing that's changing this year for me hunting is I switched to a crossbow. It was a hard decision for me, hard for me to just come to terms with. But you know, I've had 2 neck surgeries, and a lot of times I'm just in a lot of pain on my shoulders, or I can't turn my head far enough left consistently to just to have a consistent shot, and I'm worried about putting a bad shot on an animal. So this year I decided to finally switch. So that'll also be different, but I'm embracing it. Look forward to it. You know, I am getting older, and it is what it is. I still want to hunt and enjoy all the outdoors. So I did it. I'm a bow hunter. I've always been a bow hunter. This crossbow thing is like, what do I do with it? I don't even know what to do with it when it's in my hands. It's like, I don't know how to carry it. It's awkward to me in a tree. It's just weird. To make that decision, that was extremely hard for me, but it was the only way I was gonna hunt. So I was excited to get back in standing. I went opening morning, jumped in the ground blind on a little pocket of corn, and I thought for sure, you know, the deer just had it plowed down, probably 20, 25 yards out into the corn. And I was getting lots of does and fawns on trail camera, so I really thought, well, I'm gonna go there and get a doe. Beautiful morning. The only thing I seen though was just a small buck with a little goofy rack. He must have bumped it during velvet or something. You know, it's all hooked off his head here and stuff, but cool little buck, cool little encounter. Just a beautiful opening morning. Time went on, I was sitting, you know, I wasn't getting a lot on my trail cameras. I've hunted this farm for 20 years. I was really starting to get kind of down on it, wondering what is really going on here. I know some other people have started hunting some neighboring properties. I didn't know if that was it. I hadn't hunted it for 2 years, so I hadn't put no pressure on it. And this has always been a great farm. But I did sit. I seen some does here and there, but really that's all I was seeing. You know, I got a couple good bucks on a part of the farm that's like a mile down the road from the main farm. A couple good ones, but there was no consistency. I would get them on camera maybe every 5-6 days, if that, sometimes longer. You know, that's just how my season was going. Fortunately for me, Ben had a property that he did not hunt. He's had it for a couple years, and he just hasn't had time to hunt that property. So he offered it to me to come hunt it with him. So I did. I took him up on it in a heartbeat. I turned down that kind of land. There's good deer on it. So I get in there right away, of course, and I'm in there putting up trail cameras. You know, I go one day. And I thought, well, if I'm gonna bump anything out, I'm gonna do it all in one day. I'm gonna go in, scout the entire property, find where I wanna put tree stands. Ben had a couple up in there, and then I was gonna put out trail cameras. So I went in and did that. For the next couple days, I sat one of Ben's tree stands he had in there that I thought was in the perfect spot. So did he, that's why he put it there. But I wanted to move the stand a little bit, about 20, 25 yards to the right. It's October 29th. Bucks are on their feet moving during daylight. I'm sitting by one of the achiest, stickiest rut spots I've got. Right on the edge of it. I'm in a perfect funnel situation here. There's all kinds of scrapes around me in the woods here. So we're on the fringe of a bedding area. They just picked the neighboring corn last night. It's a
Beautiful morning. It's about 40 degrees. I love this stuff. I'm excited. Hopefully we see something.
I moved the stand because I wanted to be able to see out across this. It's the ickiest, stickiest rut spot you ever seen. And the bucks just cruise it like crazy. So I wanted to see over top of that, into it, and across it.
Well, I just did a little grunting, just blindly, just as it got good and light out. Just a couple minutes after I was done, that deer come in. Nice 3-year-old, and a really good rat. He's a chunky deer. That was nice. Good to see.
Good 8-pointer. He's not the best scoring deer. He's a 3.5-year-old deer. Nothing that I was going to shoot, but I was extremely happy to see this. It's the second buck I've seen all year. So this deer kind of comes in, the wind's swirling a little bit down in this spot. It's a bad spot for the wind, but it swirled a little bit. He caught that and he took off out of there.
Snuck in right on me, and I didn't see him till he was like 25 yards from me.
A couple minutes after that deer walked out, I watched him walk around, and like I said, I put that stand up so I could see across that little icky, sticky spot, and I watched him walk back up along a trail to a tree where there's a scrape, another one, about 50 yards from me, and then just moseyed off. So about 15 minutes later, I happened to be looking at that same tree where I seen him go to when he left, and I seen another deer there, another buck, and I kind of caught his rack moving. At first I thought, is that the same deer? And then I got a better look at its rack. I thought, no, that's a shooter. So I let out a few more grunts at him. He started his way towards me, but he got in some thick stuff to where I couldn't see him. I knew he was coming, so I just shut up with any calling, anything, and just was patient. And I'm watching for him. And then just out of the blue, boom, I see him cutting through this little grass patch coming right towards the scrape. So as soon as he steps out, he starts looking around for that buck that was grunting, and he couldn't really see anything. So he started coming in and loops this trail that comes right in front of my tree stand. He comes across the little dry creek bed, comes up out of it, and he's 8 yards from me, standing right below me. And the wind swirls a little bit, just like when the first deer come in. He got a little nervous, and I see he was starting to he was gonna go away, and I was just getting the crossbow down on him to shoot him right there. So he spins around and he takes off through the dry creek bed a little ways, not running, just kind of trotting away. And he gets about 30 yards from me, and he just can't handle it. It's to that point for him where he just cannot handle it. He makes a left, starts cutting through the thick stuff, and gets on another trail that cuts across in front of me at 20 yards. He slowly makes his way through that trail coming out through there, just looking all over, trying to find that other deer that was grunting. So he's coming through a big opening at 20 yards from me. I got the camera on that opening. It's the first shooter buck I've had in front of me in 6 years. So I'm ready to shoot this thing. So I stop him, get on him.
Oh my God, I just shot one. That was sweet. Man, he come in, I seen him over here. Grunted at him. Man, he took his time coming in, sneaking in. He snuck right up by this scrape. He come down to like 8 yards from me here. The wind swirled. He got a little leery. He started going away, but then he just couldn't resist it. He come back across here. Right by me. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes.
I knew right away when I hit him that the shot was high and forward. But I thought with the angle that it was going in, especially when he runned away, it looked like it was at a good angle, that I still had a really good chance of catching vitals. So after that, I get a hold of Ben and Zach and them, and I tell them I just shot that, the big bodied 8. Sure enough, they want to come over and help track it with me. So Ben's got to move a couple cows, so I figure give him plenty of time anyways. They showed up, we start looking for blood, can't find any blood, which I didn't have an exit wound, I knew that, so I didn't think we would find much of any, because the entrance was so high. But we knew the direction he went just from me watching him when he left. We went that direction, leads out into the neighbor's property into a cornfield, a picked cornfield. We got over there and we found a set of big tracks going out into that field.
It came out and circled back into the edge, and I followed it down the edge, just that track, all the way across the corner here. And he's just inside, he's laying 5 feet off the corn, just inside the edge here.
Zach is like the miracle man this year. He found Ben's deer. We had 0 blood with this deer. The hip of the entrance was really high, so he actually walked right up on him. Not sure if he's dead or not, his head is down, but we're gonna go see. Let's go. We got up on him here. He's laying, he's got his head flat down on the ground, right on by his front legs tucked, kind of curled up. And you could get real close to him. By I watched, I could see him breathing. So I just put another one in him. There's blood pouring out immediately. And he just crashed into something over there really hard. So I think he's in the creek though, so we'll have some fun dragging him out. Let's go. Yeah, look at the tree. Oh, that's what he did.
Oh, he is.
Woo! He's right here in the creek.
Congratulations, Terry.
Thanks, man.
Glad to be a part of your story.
Man, it's been 6 years. 6 years since I've shot a buck. The last few years I've been filming on the road. Here comes the man, Ben. Ben set me up with his property. I can't thank him enough for this, man. Craziness. Crazy.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, man.
What a pig, too. I knew he was a big body thing when I was getting pictures of him, but...
I almost let him walk.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You'd have hated yourself.
I know.
Get down there, get him posed up.
Yeah, he was your last picture. He was your last picture.
Get the freaking neck on that guy. And I almost let him walk. Could you imagine that? 25 yards. I had him at 10. Awesome. Now we gotta get him out of this creek. Luckily we don't have too far to the field edge. At this point, we're pretty happy about it, all of us. You never know what's gonna happen like that, especially when you can't find blood. It gets scary, you know? It's like, well, we're gonna find this deer, we're not gonna find this deer. And it just so happened with Zach just following a set of tracks. That's all it was.
Over the years, either due to bad shots, I guess not bad shots, but internal bleeding, because I haven't really lost a whole lot here in my life.
Hey, guys, we're doing a hunting show. We have to say a marginal shot.
Marginal shot.
It's a marginal
with
shot.
I put a shitty shot on that thing,
There he
man.
goes, yeah.
I did. I just gotta say, every time you said something about mentioning the word crossbow, made me feel less manly. Overstand?